Welcome to the Be Happy Now show. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. I'm Claudia-Sam. If you know that you're here for a bigger reason, this is the place to be. Together, we ditch the self-care guilt and quit the go with less fear and more trust. Tune in to living life in alignment with your full potential. The Be Happy Now show starts now. Yay! If you're watching the video, I am smashing my celebration sticks because we are at the 99th episode of the show. This is so fun. Oh my gosh, that feeling when you keep something up consistently and you just continue with it is super fun. I'm so grateful to continue letting myself be inspired by you to create these episodes. And today actually is inspired by my own coaching experience of being coached and what I see in my clients. And so I thought that in this episode, I would share a little bit about what does it look like for me to be coached, and what is something that I see in my clients and how I help my clients based on the experience of me being coached myself. Recently, I saw a video of an actress talking about therapy and how she's in and out of therapy, and how someone said, "Wow, don't you think that's a problem?" And she said, no, it's not a problem. It's like going to the gym. You go to the gym to keep your body in shape. She says, I go to therapy to keep my mind in shape. And that's kind of how I feel about coaching. I myself personally am coached daily, as daily as it gets, as often as it gets, because I believe in sustaining a healthy, energetic balance in my life. So I am coached to sustain an energetic alignment between my soul self and my human self. And that's what I do with my clients. I am being coached because I dance between the soul and the ego constantly. And there's so many things I want to say. I don't want to lose my train of thought. So when we choose to be coached because we are believing in ourselves and in the capacity that we know that our soul's mission has in store for us to create the impact in the world that we're here to create. It's not about the person creating the impact. It's about the ripple effects of that one person who impacts the other person, who impacts the other person, because the world is just much more joyful to be in when people are in joy, instead of when people are angry and then wars are created and anger sits everywhere. And then that's just not the world that we want to live in. You know what I'm talking about. So for me, being coached is flexing my soul connection muscle. That's what the Be Happy Now show is about. Coaching is that for me. It's not about doing something right or getting to reach a goal. Otherwise, if you don't reach the goal, you're a failure. No. It's actually about consistently being and choosing the alignment that has me reconnect with my soul self, that has me choose joy and love over fear and scarcity and doubt and worry. Doesn't mean I don't go and worry and doubt. I do. I go there. And one thing that's been really powerful to show up for myself and in my business for my clients, and to feel like I am this aligned, I am in connection with my soul self, is to kind of name for myself, what will this look like? What does the good enough look like for the mission and the vision that I have and the steps that I get to take? Because you know, the to-do list can be never ending. Yep, true that. I've been there. I could probably show you my to-do list. It's not right here in front of me. It looks really chaotic. And I realized, hey, wait a minute, reel it back. This is just the human self trying to control every little bit and trying to make it right and do everything perfectly. When, wait a minute, that is not what my soul self really wants for me. My soul self wants joy. My soul self wants freedom, alignment, ease, peace. There's no negotiation or stress or time constraint or I need to do this now, otherwise it's not going to work out. It's so exhausting. So what's been really helpful for me is to set a good enough to name, what will I know has this feeling good enough? So if I'm talking about my to-do list, what will I know that I will feel good enough and my day will be over and I can chill and I don't have to go and overthink it? Because if I go ahead and I do my to-do list and then I add things on my to-do list and then I don't give myself kind of this is what I will feel good enough with, then I just keep it going and then I continue thinking about it because I love what I do. I love my work and I live in joy, and I also want to honor all of the clients that I work with, and I want to honor when I get creative dumps, and I just want to go with that. And I can overwork myself. I've burned out before and I don't want to burn out again. So a little behind the scenes of how coaching is supporting me to stay in alignment with what my soul self really wants. And so that's what I do with my clients. And also the other day I spoke with someone who said, "Oh, I'm not going to do coaching right now. I'm going to focus on my own spiritual practices." Great. And I kind of want to bust a little myth here that coaching is hard work and that coaching needs to be this add-on thing that you budgetize for and that you that you have to make so much time for, and that you're going to end up crying your balls out because you're going to go such deep in the explorations of who you really are. Just saying that is exhausting. Flexing your soul connection muscle is already like it's something that just gets to be another habit. I've designed my offerings so that they can be super easy and they can weave into your day. You get to be the boss of what's good enough for you. There's no rules. When my clients come into the Soul Connector Circle, they might feel like one day they're going to listen to the pocket coaching and they feel so aligned to sharing about the insights that they're getting from it. And they might feel inclined to commenting on another one of our circle members there and being like, "Ooh, I see you. I'm living that with you." And other days they just check out and they just do their own inner beingness and they listen to the messages when they want, and they're still getting heaps out of it because they get to be held worthy in how they want to move through this. So like you would choose to go to the gym to work out your body, like you would go to therapy to work out of trauma and work out your mind, in soul connection coaching, what I do with my clients is that I help them to consistently tune in to what feels most empowering for them, tuning into what feels soulfully aligned, what is their own truth, what's really uplifting them that they can say yes to and commit their time and energy to, instead of like, well, I just got to do it because it's an obligation. And I really believe in coaching when there is less of an agenda, when you are actually given the reins to go through the roller coasters of emotion and be able to navigate what's going on in your life. There gets to be a framework, right? Like the gutters to a bowling alley, and you can navigate through that. And for me, I've been in coaching since, how long has it been? I don't know, 2019. We're to that. So 4 years. I would feel like it's longer. It's probably like 5. 5 years. Yeah, 2018. Anyway, welcome to my mind. So, like 5 years of coaching and growing. And I really believe in finding someone who you feel you're a match to, who can be in your corner and who can believe in you. Because for me, that's been super helpful. You know, I'm human too, and I can get out of alignment sometimes and feel like I'm on that roller coaster of emotions. And sometimes where my hair does get sucked into the tornado and I'm not so much anchored in the center of it. Part of what I wanted to share with you today is an example in how you can feel human and still let yourself feel, let the emotion flow, and feel a success. So there's an example of one of my clients who is going through building her expertise and building confidence within herself to offer her gifts out into the world. And the other day, she offered her gifts to a regular client, and she felt like their energy was closed. And she was still offering the service. And because she felt like the energy was closed, she assumed that there was a misalignment. She assumed that the client was not getting the results that they were in for. That assumption can also go to, you're meeting someone, you want to put the word out there, you want to hop into an opportunity, and you see something like, oh, the group looks full. Oh, they're probably full. There's probably no space for me. That assumption actually gets created by the part of our mind that feels comfortable in fear of failure, fear of being called out, fear of rejection, fear of being judged, fear of not being good enough. And that part of the human mind that wants to control the to-do list is the same. So when there are these situations where, ooh, there seems to be something, I'm just going to assume that that's the problem, we create our own shit show. What the hell? The human creates that. So I wanted to invite you to tune into any time in your life when you're feeling like there's a situation, there's a conflict or a misalignment in an agreement, and it feels like your human is assuming, oh, this must be why. Or you're going through scenarios in your head of like, maybe I didn't say the right thing, or I should have done this thing. And then you're just overthinking and looping into something that's not even true. There's actually two things. The first thing is I invite you to distinguish the facts from the emotions. Distinguishing the facts from the emotions will help you recognize that actually the facts, one fact and another fact and another fact, like, oh, I offered fact, that client came in, I offered my services. Fact, excuse me, I was thinking this specific thought. Fact, I was barefoot. Fact, my hair was tied. Like those are kinds of facts that I mean. The emotion is I'm feeling not good enough. I'm feeling unworthy. Are you willing to detach the fact from the emotion? And are you willing to detach each fact from the other fact? Because when we go from an assumption, then that's an assumption is not, it's like taking facts and scrambling the letters and making up new words. It's not even true. We're assuming it's not even true. So I invite you to just focus when this happens, when you're feeling triggered by that. Well, you can always go listen to the triggers episode of the Be Happy Now show and separate the facts from the emotions and separate each fact from the other fact. Okay. And the other place I would have you go is to access that truth, to go, wait, but what's really true here? Ask yourself that question. What's really true here? Oh, I think I'm assuming. What's really true here? Ooh, my soul self is not driving the car right now. Ooh, what's really true here? I'm scared that I'm going to be judged and called out. That's what coaching is all about, helping you see what's really true there. So yeah, do the work on your own right now. Just tune in. What's the situation? What are the facts versus the emotions? Separate it all out. You can write it all out. And then lean back, breathe, and ask yourself, what is this really about? What's really true here? Can we take a collective breath together? Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. I hope that's helpful. And yeah, this is such beautiful work. And just that you are listening to the Be Happy Now show and any other way that you're being supported is perfect. You know, there's no one right way. And I might be a match for you. I might not be a match for you. There might be someone else out there a match for you. Connections are great to just meet other people and get into other people's energies and see, ooh, who would be the person who could help me the most, see what's true for me? Because, you know, we all vibrate at different frequencies and we all vibe in different ways and we all tune in different ways. And I use my tune in method with my coaching clients, and I use the tune in method for myself. If you're curious at all about what that looks like, and if you want to play in the roller coaster of emotions, if you want to play with setting the bar for what good enough is for you, it really starts in the simple daily awarenesses of who you are: body, mind, energy, and soul self. So I created the Be Happy Now bingo to celebrate the 100th episode of the Be Happy Now show that's coming up. And you get to play the bingo. And each bingo actually offers you a scholarship application to be in to win up to $5,000 into the tune-in program for coaching support. So go to claudiasamsoulcoaching.com/play, and you can play with us. Be in and get curious with yourself. You know, this isn't serious work. When you can love on yourself and bring so much grace to who you are and to all the experiences of life that you're having, it's like a big hug to yourself. So big hug to you. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Be Happy Now show with me, Claudia-Sam. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. You are worthy of being you and of connecting to what stops you from living the life you are meant to live. Access more soul connection coaching at claudiasamcoaching.com.